y'all, welcome back. Today's video is going to be pretty brief. I've had a lot of questions asking me how I do my burlap wreaths, so I'm going to give you guys a quick rundown as to how I do mine using what I like to call the pull-through method. It's called the pull-through method because basically you're just taking your burlap here and you're going to be pulling it through each one of these little 3 sections on your wreath form to create some ruffles. Okay, and this burlap I got at Walmart. It's really inexpensive. It's a 5.5 inches wide, and you get 30 feet of it, and it was like $3.47, so not bad at all. You also need a little piece of wire. I'm using floral wire. You need some scissors to cut your burlap, and I have these my trusty wire cutters here, to use to cut my wire. I usually use a much larger frame than this when I'm doing my burlap wreaths. But for the purpose of this video, because my filming area is kind of small here, I'm going to be using a small little 12-inch wreath form. Okay, so to begin, let's get some burlap off of our spool here. Okay, you want to take your burlap and fold it in half, just like that, and then fold it again, okay? Take your piece of wire, run it up one side. I know this wire is thin and it's really hard to see, and I apologize, but I didn't have any thicker wire. Okay, and pull it up like that, and we're going to use this to anchor one end of our burlap to our wreath form. Okay, and I like to do it around one of the center posts, like right here. That's where I like to fasten mine. So just take it and just twist it around 1 or 2 times. This is such an odd angle for me to be working. Usually I'm sitting down when I'm doing my tutorials, and for this one I'm standing up. It's just easier for me to work that way. Okay, so to begin, we'll take your burlap here, and we're going to be working in this first little area here, then moving up to the second and moving up to the third, always working from the inside out, not from the outside in, okay? So you want to take your burlap here and just feed it through this first little section, okay? Just like that. And now you've made a loop, a burlap loop. And I like to measure mine by putting like 4 of my fingers in there, just pulling that snug, just like that. Okay, that's how I like to measure how big of a loop I have just made. Now, holding that steady, go ahead and take your burlap and pull it through the second little area of your wreath form. Make sure they don't have to be perfectly even, just, fairly even, because we're going to be scrunching all this together. And, it's not going to make that big of a difference in the end, but just try to keep them, somewhat the same size. Okay, go ahead and tuck the burlap in the third loop here, third section, I'm sorry. You're not tucking it in a loop. There's no loop there to tuck it in. Okay, now you have 3 loops here. Now you want to take this and scrunch it over just like that, okay? And if you see all these little sections here on your wreath form, I like to have 3 bundles of these loops in each section. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That's the way I like to do it. You do it however you see fit, going for whatever look you want. Okay, I just find that this gives it, a more, compact, tight look, which is what I like. Okay, now to move on to our next bundle of loops, you want to hold this with your hand, and you want to twist your burlap. Okay, I twist mine 2 or 3 times. Okay, let's do it 3 times. Just twist it. Okay. And hold it tight with your hand like that, which is also going to twist your burlap. So you want to take a second and untwist that. Okay, now you're still holding it with this hand. Just lay it down like that. Take your burlap and pull it through that first loop again, like I said, working from the inside outside. Okay, remember, it doesn't have to be perfect. Just try to get it somewhat even. Okay, holding that. And then pulling through the second little section there to make another loop. Pulling through the third section once again. Okay, now you have your 3 loops once again. Scooch them over. And it's going to be tight, but yes, you can get a third bundle in here. So remember, like I said, hold that tight with your hand. Just twist your burlap 3 times. And what this twisting does is it keeps all of your loops from pulling back through your wreath form, okay? That's what the twisting does. So don't worry about it falling apart on you. It's not going to. See, this is so compact and the burlap is rough. It's going to, you know, keep it from sliding against itself. And the twisting that you're doing is going to hold it in place. Okay, so there's another loop. Okay, pull your loop up through this second little area here. Just like that. The second one and your third one. Okay, just straighten it out. Like I said, it's going to be tight, you know, on this last bundle. Okay, and then just spread it out with your hands just like that. Okay, once again, you want to hold it with your hand tight, twist your burlap 3 times, and just keep working your way all the way around, always from the inside, this one, and then that one. Okay, all the way around until you get this one filled up. Okay, and then to fasten it off, you're going to fasten it off just like you started. You're going to cut it, you're going to fold it in half again, run a piece of wire through it, and then just fasten it to somewhere here on your frame. Okay, that's going to hold it in place. Okay, that's the small one I've been working on for this video, and here is a big one that I'm working. See, I can't even get the whole thing in the camera eye here. But this is what it looks like, you know, once you get, you know, a few sections done and it's more tight. See, none of this is perfect, but that's fine. Once you get your flowers and some ribbon and some decorations and whatnot on it, you know, it'll be okay. So, if you would, please click that little subscribe button. That helps to show support for my work. If you would, please check me out on my website and on Facebook. I'll have the links to both of those down below. If there's any other crafts that you'd like to see me do, any other tutorials, please, you leave me a comment down below and I will do my best to do it. So, thank you guys for stopping by, and I hope to see you soon. Bye!